Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite former Zaxby's employee here with the 3 is greater than 2 podcast, where 3 is always greater than 2. Here today, I'm with my former teammate and current college baseball star, Matthew Johnson.
What's going on, guys? I felt like I've been begging you for like 2 weeks to bring me on this podcast, so thank you for finally bringing me on.
Matthew had to pay me $100 to get on the podcast.
This is very true. This is true.
All right, so start everything off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play a game, a little game to get things interesting.
Let's do it.
We're gonna draft a football team, offense only, out of all-time NBA players.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
So you're gonna do 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, and then 1 running back, and then 3 linemen.
Let's do it. Do I get first pick, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
So all right, you can go ahead and pick.
All right. Well, this was a pretty no-brainer for me. I'm taking LeBron at wide receiver. I think that kind of speaks for itself. He's probably the most athletic player of all time. I think he'd make a good receiver.
So that's your first pick?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Let's hear yours. Come on.
All right, I'm going to pick...
We can judge after.
All right.
We're done.
My quarterback, I'm going to do quarterback first because, that's not what you do in fantasy football, but I'm pick Magic Johnson as my quarterback.
I like that.
6'7",
Good passer.
dimer,
Known for his assists.
mobile.
I like it.
Now this does not include diseases, so there will be no.
Keep it clean.
Yeah,
Keep it
we're
clean.
gonna be keeping it clean on my team. No extracurricular
I like that.
activities.
You're keeping them in order.
Yes.
All right, I like that. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with the running back here. I think I'm taking your guy too. I'm taking Russell Westbrook, probably the most athletic point guard of all time. The dude's just a pit bull, man. He would make a great running back. So that's who I'm taking with my.
Yeah, definitely was mine. So it kind of throws my whole thing off. But I'm gonna wait because since you already picked a running back, I'm gonna have to pick my second string last. So for wide receiver, for my first pick, I'm gonna pick Michael Jordan as my first pick for wide receiver. Now, do I think Michael Jordan is that athletic? He's pretty athletic.
He's pretty athletic.
But, he's a winner, and he won't drop balls,
Sure.
LeBron might go like 3 for 6 on a given day.
So, there's going to be like controversy with him.
So,
So you got Magic, who's kind of your leader. He's your quarterback. You're going to let Jordan take a back seat? Because, quarterback's normally the leader of the squad. So you think Jordan's going to let that happen?
Yeah, Jordan might take it personal sometimes, but, Magic, he knows how to get men to do the right thing. So
All right.
he's a very good facilitator.
All right, I'm up.
Yeah.
All right. And I think I mentioned this before the pod that I think I'm going to go with a receiver here as well. I'm going to go with former Kentucky national champion, current Laker playing in the NBA Finals right now. I'm going with Anthony Davis as a receiver.
No, I don't like that pick.
Why do you not like that? I know
'cause
since you're a Tennessee fan, you probably don't like it. But
now, Anthony Davis to me, he's like okay.
I got that teammate connection too. I got that LeBron AD wide receiver connection. I like that.
I can see
got
that.
chemistry.
I can see that, but LeBron's not throwing AD any long balls.
LeBron's not quarterback though.
Exactly. So, why does it matter if they have a teammate connection?
It's just chemistry.
All right, so for my wide receiver, my second pick, I'm going to pick Dr. J.
You're going to have to explain that one. That's a random pick.
Far more athletic than Anthony Davis. You throw that ball up.
Have you seen Anthony Davis lobs?
What? Have you seen Dr. J's dunks?
That's all you need to know. He catches anything around the rim. Tell me
Dr.
he couldn't catch a football.
Dr. J can fly.
He can fly, but how good are his hands?
He has to have pretty good hands.
Anthony Davis is 6'10" and can catch anything in his vicinity. I'm taking Anthony Davis over Dr. J.
You're on crack.
Okay.
Anthony Davis, I don't even
Agree to disagree.
I don't even know who that is, actually.
I think I'm going to go O-line with my next pick.
Okay.
I think I'm going to take the best O-line men available. I think you would probably agree to Shaquille O'Neal.
No.
You don't think he would be the best offensive lineman?
No. I have something up my sleeve.
I would like to hear it because I thought for sure you would think he was the best on the board.
I'll go ahead and pick my third wide receiver before we start with the
You're stacking
line.
up the receivers, bro.
I'm going with Kawhi.
No, I can get behind that.
Kawhi has
hands.
massive hands.
No hands.
Imagine that stiff arm.
The hands would do it for me. Yep.
He's raw.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Pretty easy pick, to be honest.
Yeah.
Massive hands to go along with Magic Johnson. They're going to have great chemistry in the locker room.
That's too far. think I'm gonna go offensive line again. See, I'm stuck between two players here. I think I'm gonna go with a. Everyone's gonna probably question this pick, but I'm gonna go with Boban.
That's a terrible pick in my opinion.
Why?
He's just tall.
And have you seen how big his wingspan is?
Yeah, but if you put
Two guys with one hand.
If you put like a 6'5" linebacker, he's not gonna be able to stop him.
Bro,
He's way too tall.
He's
not that strong.
Not that strong. He's like 7'4".
That doesn't mean he's strong. My first pick for O-line.
He's pretty strong.
My first pick for O-line is the strongest NBA player of all time, Wilt Chamberlain. Now, the thing with Wilt is you can put Wilt at tight end. You could throw some screen passes to Wilt.
We know Wilt was playing against plumbers though back in his day. We don't know how athletic he
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's the strongest NBA player of all time.
See, I don't know. LeBron?
Him and Magic will have great.
Zion?
Now Zion,
and
that's what I have up my sleeve.
Yeah, that's my sneak peek. Well, I was gonna take him right here, Zion at wide receiver.
I was gonna put Zion at running back, but
I think Zion would be a better receiver with just his.
I had Russell Westbrook as my running back,
mm-hmm.
and he's like the best. In my opinion, he's the best one out there.
So are we taking 4 wide receivers or 3? You said 3.
3.
Okay, so I've got all my wide receivers with Zion as my next pick, just because of his verticality.
I like it.
He's just a physical specimen.
So. Now, since I have Wilt, I'm going to go with Ben Wallace as my second lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Great, very strong, tenacious. He likes to get in fights. I like that. He has heart. I like it. He's a strong player. He's definitely better than Boban.
I like it. Now, with this last pick, I'm going to go with the O-line again. And you're going to probably be like, Matthew, what are you doing? But hear me out. Dennis Rodman.
I like it.
1, he's an absolute dog on defense. 2, he blocks everything. So
this is offense. This is offense, though.
I know, but listen. If he can block a basketball, he should be able to block a defensive lineman, wouldn't you think?
No.
I mean, he's probably arguably the best blocker or defender of all time.
See,
he can block.
Just because he can block a ball does not mean he can block a 300-pounder man like Boban.
He'll find a way.
See, for my final pick, I'm going to do Charles Barkley.
Just because he's big. See, he's not fast.
He's strong.
You got to have some sort of quickness on the line.
He's strong.
He is strong. But what if
you need a tubby strong man as a lineman? That's all you need.
Dude's going to just run around him. He's
running around him.
Slow.
Boban.
But he's big. He's 7'4".
Run around him.
Yeah, the wingspan, bro. You got to think about that.
You literally just go for his legs.
You're taking that.
You knock out his legs, he's fallen. He's probably sacked his quarterback. He's so tall.
You underestimate Boban.
My team is much better than your team.
We'll compare at the end.
Well,
and then I guess my last pick is my quarterback. That's the only thing I haven't taken.
Why do you always so long to take a quarterback?
Because you already took one, so I mean I can wait.
That's true. I still have to pick mine.
You already took Magic at quarterback.
I'm the best quarterback of all time.
For quarterback, for me, I thought about this a long while, but I'm gonna go with John Stockton.
See, yeah, that was my second pick.
He's not gonna over athletiциze you. He's not. You're gonna look at him and be like, "What? This guy? He's the quarterback." Hear me out though. He's the all-time assist leader in NBA history. You're telling me he couldn't throw a football pretty accurately?
Right.
Exactly. He would remind me probably of more like a Russell Wilson, small.
See, I'd probably pick Steve Nash. I'd probably pick Steve Nash.
I thought about Steve Nash as well, but I just went with Stockton because he's the all-time assist leader.
Now I think my team chemistry is a lot better than yours.
How so? Dude, I have Boban on my team. He's like the friendliest dude in the NBA.
I still have to pick my running back.
Who's your running back?
I'm going to go with D-Rose. Now,
pre-injury D-Rose.
Pre-injury D-Rose.
This is fully healthy D-Rose.
D-Rose still isn't that strong, but he's explosive, and he's fast.
So we're talking 2011 MVP D-Rose.
Yes, MVP D-Rose.
Bouncy D-Rose.
Bouncy. He'll hurdle you. He won't truck you. He'll probably,
I like that pick. I didn't even think about him, honestly, at running back.
But D-Rose, he can also go for the D-ball. He's 6'3". He'll get the work done.
That's why I picked Westbrook too, because I mean a 6'3", in the NBA is not very big, but in the NFL as a wide receiver,
it's massive.
That's pretty big. Yeah.
Well, it's massive as a running back.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's compare teams.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, at quarterback, I had John Stockton. My wide receivers were AD, LeBron, and Zion. My running back was Westbrook. And then my O-line was Shaq, Boban, and Dennis Rodman.
It's a solid team.
I like it. I really do.
I don't like your wide receiver core as much as I like
You
mine.
don't like my receiving core? That's crazy.
No.
You haven't told me why you don't like him. I told you they had that team.
You know, I just don't like.
They're
I don't like
playing
that
for the
Anthony
Lakers right now in the
Davis
NBA
pick. I
Finals.
don't like that Anthony Davis pick. He's not as quick as the other guys.
You don't like him because you're a Tennessee fan.
I just don't like him.
All right, let's hear your team again.
I got Magic, Kawhi, Dr. J. Jordan. So quarterback, 3 wide receivers. Now Magic, we already went over this. Great assist. He's 6'7" as well. So
Now Stockton's the all-time assist leader.
yeah, but
So-
he's
so you can't
6'3".
say that Magic's the
6'3"
greatest
is
passer.
very tall for a quarterback
yeah, I will
to
give you
begin
that.
with.
He does have the height, and he has probably he's more athletic than Stockton for sure.
But
So
he can also pass. He's like Cam Newton. He's like
He'd be like
Cam
Mahomes.
Newton,
He's like a Mahomes, maybe.
a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Not engaged.
Mm-hmm.
As
I
early.
call Stockton a less athletic Russell Wilson.
Drew Brees. So essentially just Drew Brees.
Sure. Yeah.
6'3" Drew
Yeah.
Brees.
But I feel like Stockton wouldn't just be a pocket passer. I feel like he could run a little bit.
He can scramble a little bit.
Yeah.
And then running back. I like running back better than mine.
D Rose? You like D Rose more than Westbrook?
No, I like yours better than
Okay,
mine.
okay.
And then I like my O-line better than yours.
Wait, who's your O line again?
Charles Barkley, Ben
Barkley
Wallace, and Wilt.
You definitely went height.
Yeah, but
I went
I also
height
went
too.
strength. You went just height. Boban.
I
You
went-
could have picked Yao Ming. Yao Ming's a better pick than Boban.
No. Yao Ming always get hurt. He always hurt.
And you have Zion.
Zion's on.
Zion
yeah,
played 20 games this year.
This is his first year in the league. He's probably he might when it's all said and done be the most athletic player of all time. We can't say that yet.
I think LeBron
We can't say it yet though. Yeah, for sure, LeBron right now, but
or Wilt
that's true. I didn't get to see Wilt. I only get to see.
or Bill
these.
Russell.
See, I can't.
The-
I can't.
the
I
great-
can't speak on them. So
They're two.
I only speak on who I.
They
see.
played against like teams like us,
Yeah,
but they were in the
that's true.
NBA.
They played against the boys from LCA.
All right, using all white basketball teams as a segue, we're going to talk about our days at LCA.
What do you want to talk about LCA?
All right, so I've already discussed a lot of my basketball experience at the Great Academy, but we're going to talk about yours.
Mm-hmm.
Now we were teammates for a year, rebounding partners
That's right
one-
after the
after
tragic injury.
So we're gonna just dive into that. We got to know each other very well. We got to know that you can't hit very many shots.
Tell them who won most of those shooting competitions though. That's right.
Probably you actually.
That's right. I was a better practice shooter than Aaron.
I was
Just
not
for
a
the
good
record.
practice shooter.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna start down. Start some positives and we'll work our way down to the negatives.
Okay.
What was your favorite game?
Okay, so I thought about this for a while, but for those that don't know, I didn't play basketball my junior year. And my favorite game was actually a game that I didn't play in and that I was watching. And it was 100% the Lexington Catholic LCA
All right.
semifinal Carter Hendrickson game.
Yeah.
You
Now
know
to
exactly what I'm
now to
talking
give depth to this game is, Catholic is our big rival. Sell out gym every single time we play
about.
them,
It was fat.
and we had beat them 2 times
lost
already.
him. We lost him twice.
Yeah,
in the
2
regular
times
season.
in districts, 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
And then we were 0-4 against them at the time.
in the regular
Oh, 0-6 actually, because this is so 0-6 in the regular season the past 3 years, but 2-0 in the district. So we sent them home twice.
Yeah.
So that's just building up to this game, and this was my sophomore year. We were
We were the better team for sure.
we
I
were
thought.
at times second in the state,
We were
up
there.
to like 2 to 6
When we were
every
fully-
single
when we were
every
fully
single
healthy.
poll.
Yeah.
So we should have killed them. They weren't even in top 25. But it's just a hype around the whole rivalry.
Lex Catholic LCA, it's always gonna be good.
Yeah, it's
It
always
doesn't
gonna be a good
matter who
game.
you put out on the floor.
Yeah, so that's just around it. Now you can describe why it's your favorite game. I just wanted to give some more details.
Well, yeah, you described it a little bit. I mean, the student section. I mean, it was absolutely packed. Like, I mean, you couldn't stand in the gym. I mean, there were so many people, and this was, arguably probably our best team. I think LCA has easily ever had.
Best
ever
best
had.
team ever.
So, I mean, we
Two
knew,
D1
like, this
players,
is the
one
deepest we could ever
AIA.
go, and we had only made it out of the district one time
Yeah.
the year before, and so we're in. This is the semifinal, I believe, correct? The
It was
2-3 game.
yes, it was 2-3.
And you're gonna have to set up maybe a little bit, but what I remember is that it was we were down 2, right? Catholic was inbounding the ball with 6 seconds left?
Were we down? I think we were down 1.
No, because Carter got.
Oh no, yeah, we were down
down
2.
2.
Okay, so what happened was we went to the line, missed to the first one, made the second,
Made it a 2-point game.
made it a 2-point game
They had
with
the ball with 6 seconds.
6 seconds to go.
And inbounding it. Full
The
court.
best player, he's going D1, is inbounding the ball.
Yep.
He throws it away.
Austin Hall tips it, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Austin.
It's tipped on the inbound because we had 3 6'6" guys on the court.
Yeah.
It's tipped on the inbound. Now, all while this is going on, I'm thinking all I have to do is inbound it, make the free throws, the game's over.
I
Now,
thought it was over.
I rode the bench, so I was just like, I wasn't thinking, oh, what if I get
You
in?
were waiting for your
I was just
call.
waiting. Well, me and
You were just waiting
the
for
other
that
bench
locker room.
warmers were talking about how pissed is coach gonna be in the locker room?
What's this locker room
We
conversation?
we
be
didn't
like?
we didn't care if we lost. We were just getting ready to yelled at for doing absolutely nothing. We were just when you're a bench warmer, you just get screamed at and you take it because
I was a bench warmer sophomore year.
You just-
I mean,
you just
gotta
take it.
everything.
but you're like in the back of your mind like, all right, I didn't have that much to do with the loss,
Yeah.
but
But you didn't have much to do with the win either.
yeah, you didn't
So it's
you
win-win,
Yeah,
honestly.
you're sad when you lose and you're hype when you win because you do nothing either way. So that's just going into it.
He inbounds it, gets tipped. Carter, I think, snags it about mid-court.
Volleyball line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drives it, gets an and one.
Miraculous shot though.
I mean, it was like a Michael Jordan up and under.
yeah, he
I
just
mean,
lays it right there.
And the kid that inbounded fouled him, right? I'm
Yes.
pretty sure.
So he had to get this
So it
kid.
was like a double.
Keep
smack
in
his
mind,
face.
probably the most hated basketball player in Lexington by far. Wouldn't you say so?
I mean, yeah.
If you ask any team who their least favorite basketball player is, they're gonna say this guy. Most hated basketball player in Lexington. He probably has one of the biggest egos in Lexington. Game losing turnover, game losing and one. Because if he doesn't foul,
So he fouls him, but it's just tied.
It-
now.
there's-
like
yeah,
3 seconds.
3
2
seconds, 2 seconds, they can still
left. I mean,
like
do
get the
something.
ball and call
They-
timeout.
Yeah. Carter
Like-
hits the free throw.
Yeah.
And when he hit the layup, I mean, the student section.
Yes.
I mean, people were like
The
falling.
gym,
onto
the gym was
court.
shaking.
Water was going everywhere. There was popcorn all over the floor. I mean, it erupted.
That's probably the loudest I've ever heard a gym
Yeah,
ever.
I don't know if we can play videos on the pod, but one day you got to play that video.
All right, yeah, one day.
So
At 100 subscribers, I'll play
Every
this
time I
video.
watch that video, I just start tearing up.
There's some
And
good
I wasn't
edits
even
of
on
that
the-
video.
I wasn't even on the court. I wasn't even on the team.
Yeah, the bench. The bench. I was part of the bench mafia. We had some great celebrations, so we went crazy out there.
No, but yeah, that's for sure my favorite game I've ever witnessed or been a part of. And
Yeah.
then, of course, Catholic went on to miss the game-winning shot.
Yeah,
Then
but-
it advanced.
Did they get a
all the way to
shot
the
off?
region finals and lose to Scott County by 1. But we're not going to talk about that. That's
yeah, that was a
that's sad
heartbreaking
memory.
game.
Yeah.
What was your favorite year of playing? All
Obviously-
middle school up through senior
Oh,
year.
okay. I mean, it's definitely my senior year. I mean, it was me and then 4 other seniors starting. 4 of my best friends. So I mean, we just made everything, all the memories we could.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of memories that year. Had fun. We weren't the greatest team. We weren't bad, but we won a good bit. We lost a little bit.
Yeah.
But, we had a lot of fun along the way. I didn't feel like on that team there were like really any big egos. Everyone kind of got along.
Right. Everyone had been, especially with your guys, a senior class had been playing together forever.
Yeah.
So they were just all kind of waiting for
And
that.
then we had like a good mixture with your class, and then some of the
Yeah.
sophomores. And I mean, it was a good group of guys to play with.
Now my sophomore year, what made that year so much fun is like
Yeah.
we were really good and like everyone was like
Mhm.
it was a great team.
Mhm.
That was probably
Skip-
some of the most fun I've had.
yeah, skipping like a little bit down because you have written down what was your biggest regret. That was definitely my biggest regret was not playing that year. 'Cause
Yeah.
that team looked like so much fun.
Yeah, it
Be
was a
part
lot
of
of fun to play, especially if, like even though like I wasn't a part of it, it was a great
Yeah.
time. What was your favorite moment of playing? Not favorite
playing?
game of playing.
Favorite moment of playing? I think it's got to be winning the district tournament for the 3rd straight year.
We
That was-
three-peated, yeah.
The 3-peat was really fun.
We were the first team to three-peat our district since like 1960.
Yeah, it was a long while, and we had never won it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden 3 in a row.
Yeah, like
So-
we used to be the doormat of the district, and now we went to
That was-
three-peating.
Yeah, that was definitely my favorite moment. I didn't play well at all in that district tournament, but I didn't care. If we won, I didn't care, and like the post game celebration after that, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So that'd definitely be my favorite moment.
Yeah, that was that tournament had some of my favorite moments in there too, because
You stepped up.
Me and-
you stepped. That,
me
that
and
was the Aaron
Matthew-
Abrahamson coming out party.
that
guys.
that was kind of that tournament was never kind of I put my name on the map a little bit,
Exactly. That's why he's here right now.
but what happened the day before the first game of districts, or it was the morning before, right? When I poked my eye.
It was the day of. It was like
It was the
couple
afternoon.
hours.
The afternoon.
It was a couple. It was like shoot around like 2 hours before the game.
No, I knew I was gonna get in because I've been practicing with the blue team.
Yeah, he'd been getting in with the blue squad. So the blue squad's like the starters and some of the guys that come off.
Yeah.
the
Now
bench.
keep it. Junior year, I did not play at all the first part, and then
No,
all of a sudden,
we
I
needed,
got
we
moved.
we needed that man to step
know.
up and hit some threes. And
so I was rebounding for Matthew, and I got the rebound, and I didn't realize how close my thumb was to my face,
He was nervous, guys. He knew he was getting in.
and I jabbed my thumb into my eye, and I couldn't see out of my eye. It was so
I
bloody.
just see Aaron go down to 2 knees, and I'm like, "What's going on? Like, what happened?" And I just look at him, and it almost looked like blood was coming out of his eye. And it
Yeah,
was-
my eye was completely bloody. I
If you remember
couldn't see.
the James Harden game where he got a bloodshot eye.
Yes.
That's what reminded me.
I couldn't see. I could only see out of one eye.
I remember Coach V just walking over and saying, like, "Aaron, are you okay?"
Oh yeah, he probably thought I was. He probably thought I was an idiot.
He probably thought you were just scared or something.
It was nerves getting to me.
Nervous.
But I go in, I hit 2 threes.
Big game.
Big game.
Shots. Big shots.
They were
And
pretty
we
big.
did not score points that game at all.
Yeah.
It was like a 45-40 game or
Yeah,
something.
we won by 5. If that tells you anything.
Yeah.
I had 6, so you can
There
make
you
your
go.
you can make your inferences there.
There you go.
So
I will bring up this, though. Do you remember that first shot you took?
my first shot was good. My second shot,
It almost went behind the backboard from the corner. It hit the back.
I made my first shot. I just shot it. Like, it was within 30 seconds of being in the
You were
game.
right in front of the student section, too, weren't you?
Yeah. No. I was right in
Catholics.
front of Catholic student section.
Yeah. And
I-
you're like, who is this kid?
It was all nerves. Like, it was all nerves. I got the ball. Kyle gives me the ball. I just chuck it up. I'm like, I got to get an assist to Kyle.
Mhm.
I make it. I'm like, all right, okay. So they press us, and I'm like, okay. During in practice, I normally get 3s out of the press because the big man isn't that smart.
All right.
I get it in the corner. We break the press. I go to shoot it, and there's a 6'7" guy right there, and I get scared and I airball it. It was a terrible airball,
Mhm.
and I got pulled for that. But I shoot. I don't. Well, my senior quote. My senior quote, was
I did see this.
my assistant coach, my first time getting in with the blue team, he had wise words. He had you might add some words to this, make it more colorful language. But in summary, he's like, you're not in the game to break the school's assist record. So shoot the ball every time you touch it. And I took it to heart.
Can I ask who that was? Was that Coach
It's
Sanford?
Coach
It
Sanford.
was Coach Sanford.
Yes.
Wow. I can see him saying that.
And I took it to heart because the next year I averaged half an assist a game. So if that tells you anything.
That sounds like a Coach Sanford quote.
hmm Now, what was your favorite coach's moment? Now, I shared mine the last podcast.
Yeah, I had that same story too, but I'm gonna tell a different one. This one isn't as funny. I don't feel like if you weren't there, but like I thought it was funny at the time. So we're playing in the King of the Bluegrass tournament. We win the first round against U Heights. We're all hype, whatever. Next day we play Trinity. Now Trinity's like, if they're not one, they're top 3 in the state. I mean,
Well,
in and
yeah.
out every year.
At this point, they had
I mean,
David Johnson.
yeah,
Now, Jay Scrub wasn't on the team,
he was
was he?
not on the team. No,
But
he
they
graduated.
Justin. No, they didn't have
They had
Justin
Justin
Powell.
Powell.
It was just.
They just had a bunch of players.
Yeah, they just had a bunch of guys.
I mean, they won the state tournament that year.
Yeah.
But we get smoked by like, I think it was at least 30. It might have been 25, 30. And I mean, nobody says a word on the bus, really in the locker room. It's coaches, pack your bags, we're going back to the hotel. And there's a kind of chatter around the bus, around the locker room, like, hey, are we going to eat?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to, it's like 8:00 at night. We're all
But
hungry.
after a
We
game,
normally
we
get-
don't eat at the hotel. There's no food to eat at the hotel.
No. So we get to the hotel, and we're kind of all like standing around the lobby expecting Coach to like circle us around and be like, hey guys, what do you want to order? Food, whatever. Nothing. Coach just goes straight to his room. And I remember I looked at Connor. I was like, well, I guess we're not eating tonight. We all go up to our room, whatever. Me and Connor were actually about to like go walk somewhere to McDonald's or something because, like I said, we hadn't eaten. And in our group me text message, it just says, pizza in hall, Gatorade's in hall, go get it. And I was like, what? It was from our head coach.
Yeah, and I wasn't even in the group me. Like, he forgot to put me in the group me. So I had
we're
no
like-
clue what was
so
going
we're all
on.
like, what the heck? We're all on the same floor in the hotel. Like, I mean, I kid you not, like simultaneously, everyone like opens their door at the same time, just kind of looking at each other. At the very end of the hallway, there's just like a stack of like 6 pizza boxes and Gatorade in front of Coach's door. So I thought it was just funny that he was that mad that he did
Yeah.
not want to talk to us that night.
Well,
He
now to add to that night, before the game, we talked about having a 2K tournament.
yeah.
And
I
we were
don't
like,
think
all
that
right,
happened.
we're gonna have a 2K tournament. And the manager, our manager Daniel, was super excited about this because he's like, I never get to
He
be part of
brought-
the guys.
Yeah.
So after the game, we just got beat by what 40.
Oh, 40. I mean, there's highlights on Twitter already
Yeah.
of them dunking on us and alley-oop.
And this team, the team manager Daniel, has the audacity to text in the coaches group me. So he's still playing 2K tonight. After coach is pissed, no one cares. We're all in our rooms, and
I
he's like,
remember that.
hey guys, you still want to get this 2K
Who wants to
tournament
get
going?
this 2K work in the group message with the coach.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was pretty funny.
Now before we started recording, you also gave me another funny story that I didn't know about the football pads.
Oh yes, the football.
You want to talk
pads.
about that?
So my sophomore year, we had obviously Austin Carter, Kyle, the 366 guys. But for some reason, I didn't play. But every game we were giving up 6, 7, 8 offensive rebounds a game, and that should not have been happening at all. So one day for practice, our jerseys weren't out. So we go into the locker room after school, whatever. Our jersey normally in a pile. They weren't out. So we're all like, what the heck? Like, where are our jerseys at? Like 5 minutes, like restart practice at 3:45 normally. I mean, it's like 3:50. We're all just kind of standing in the locker room looking at each other. Coach walks in with a big bag, and we're like, what the heck? Just drops it. Helmets, pads, shoulder pads. I don't think there were any knee pads. And he goes, we're going to learn how to box out today, or something like that. He goes, I want everyone to put on some football pads. And we're like, what the heck? And I kid you not, for about an hour and a half, Coach is just throwing up 3, 3, 3. You got to go smoke somebody in football pads. And it was pretty funny. It was a good memory for sure.
Now,
And I was just a sophomore. I was a little guy. And 3 legit 6'6" dudes that would just bulldoze
all
you.
college guys.
We just got bullied.
Yeah.
The white team got bullied for sure.
Now, whenever I was a sophomore, I had to. We lost the game. Our best player was hurt, but our coach did not care. We lost the game to a district rival by probably like 3 points.
Was this the Lafayette?
No, it was the Dunbar.
Dunbar.
And he took away the locker room, our practice jerseys, everything, without like telling us why. Like he texted us and he's like, "Hey, everything needs to be out of the locker room by like 12 o'clock today." So we go in there, get all our stuff out. We're like, what's going on? And he just decides we have to earn back our locker room and our practice jersey after getting beat to a district rival, which I was like, all right, this is new, without our best player. So
I don't remember that game. I guess I wasn't at that game.
yeah, well,
It wasn't my year. I didn't play.
yeah,
so.
there are some, they hit a full court shot, and they hit a buzzer beater 3. That was clearly after the buzzer, but coach didn't care. So as a sophomore, having to get dressed and ready for practice in like the PE locker rooms that the 6th graders get changed in. So it was a lot of running the next week, but that was a funny coach moment. There's some great coaches moments that we had the past 3 or 4 years.
Mhm.
Now, who's your favorite teammate?
My
Before
favorite
we
team I've
go into
ever
this,
played with,
your favorite teammate,
like any
your
sport,
dynamic duo.
like any sport.
Yes.
Any sport. Favorite teammate. Oh. I mean, basketball. Whew, it's tough. Obviously, I want to say you, because you're just the light of the show.
Great
But
privilege.
basketball, I gotta go with Connor. My
Yeah,
boy,
great
Connor Harrison.
dynamic
I think
duo.
If you like anybody on the team asks like, all right, fill in the sentence with another person like on the team, Matthew, and I think everyone would say
Yeah.
Connor. Like, we just got along really well.
Now,
Good dude.
Connor, he broke his ankle during
He's a
practice.
goofball. Yeah, I think we mentioned that the tragic injury while you were my
Yeah.
shooting partner at the end of the year.
Yeah, and Connor, he's not afraid to do anything. You go to a restaurant,
Probably the funniest dude I know.
yes,
Easily.
and he just doesn't care.
He doesn't. And
He's
I think that's what made him
yes.
just a fun teammate.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
And he would go to battle for you too.
Yeah, he will. He
Yeah.
puts in work.
Yeah.
What was your worst game as a player?
Worst game as a player. I think I mentioned this earlier, but it was probably the district championship against Dunbar. I didn't play much. Basically, coach had told me my role was you play defense, you shoot the ball when it's given it to you, and I did not shoot the ball very well that game. I don't know if you remember, but I was matched up with the really big dude from Dunbar.
Oh, one of the Congo kids from the Congo.
Yeah, and let's just say it wasn't the greatest matchup. Now Dunbar had a lot of size too,
Yes.
and I mean, pretty much every game I was undersized. I was always guarding a guy that was bigger than me, but for some reason this game I was turning the ball over, giving up easy buckets. I mean, they were just pushing me around in the post, and I'm not. I mean, I'm 6'180". I'm not a big guy. So that was probably one of my worst games. I didn't shoot the ball well at all. I think I probably played like 10 minutes. And coach pulled me, and he was basically like, look, this just isn't the best matchup. And I'm like, I agree with you. And then actually Tanner went in and played probably one of the best games of the season.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously that was a good coaching decision, good coaching move. And it paid off because we won a district title, and I didn't care as long as we won one.
Yeah, it's hard to choose for me for my worst games because, I had some rough shooting nights.
Every 3-point shooter has those nights.
I'd say my just overall worst game, I went 0 for 9 from 3.
Who's that against?
It was against Hayes Creek,
Is that the district tournament one?
No.
That
was at LCA.
At LCA.
Now, it was just my first ever district game. I kind of let the nerves get to me.